I never thought I'd be telling this story to anyone. But after what happened in Springfield last summer, I can't sleep right. My wife keeps saying I should just forget about it, but how do you forget something like that? So we booked this Airbnb for our family vacation. Me, my wife Delilah, and our twin boys, Ezra and Milo. The listing looked perfect, this old farmhouse that was supposedly renovated. The photos showed nice hardwood floors, updated kitchen, the works. Host went by the name Property Pro 22 or something generic like that. We drove 3 hours from Chicago. The boys kept fighting in the back seat about who got to pick the first movie when we arrived. Normal family stuff, you know? I remember stopping for gas and buying those awful gas station nachos because Ezra wouldn't stop whining. When we pulled up to the address, something felt weird. The grass was way too long, like knee-high weeds everywhere. The mailbox was hanging sideways, but the house itself looked okay from the outside, so I figured maybe the owner just didn't care about landscaping. The front door key was supposed to be under a fake rock. Took us 20 minutes to find the damn thing because there were like 50 rocks scattered around. Delilah kept checking her phone, saying the Wi-Fi password wasn't working. Inside was strange. The furniture looked nothing like the photos. Everything was covered in this thin layer of dust. The refrigerator was unplugged and had this sour smell coming from it. Milo pointed out that some windows had boards nailed over them from the inside. Why would they do that, Dad? I called the host number, straight to voicemail. Tried the AirBNB app. Host was showing as unavailable. That's when I started getting that gnawing feeling in my gut. That first night, we heard these loud banging sounds coming from outside, like hammering, but at 2 a.m. Delilah thought maybe it was construction work, but who does construction in the middle of the night? I looked out the window but couldn't see anything in the darkness. Next morning, I was making coffee with the instant packets we brought when I heard trucks outside. Big ones. I looked out and saw this convoy of demolition equipment pulling up. Yellow hard hats, safety vests, the whole deal. This guy in a hard hat walks up to our door. "Excuse me, folks, but you need to evacuate immediately. This building is condemned and scheduled for demo today." My stomach dropped. There's gotta be some mistake. We rented this place on Airbnb. He pulls out this clipboard with official city papers. "Sir, this property has been condemned for 6 months. No one's supposed to be living here. It's not safe. The foundation is failing." That's when everything went to shit. Turns out, some con artist had been photographing nice houses, then posting fake listings using addresses of condemned properties. He'd been doing this across 3 different counties. Would collect the money, give people fake keys that somehow worked, then disappear before anyone figured it out. The police showed up. Started asking us all these questions like we were criminals. How did you gain access to this property? Did you know this building was condemned? Meanwhile, our vacation money was gone. The fake host had deleted his entire profile. The demolition crew gave us 30 minutes to get our stuff out. Ezra started crying because he thought we were going to jail. The police officer, Officer Martinez, I think, she was nice enough to explain that this scam had been happening for months. They'd arrested fake renters before, thinking they were squatters. We ended up staying at a motel that night. Cost us another $300 we didn't have. Delilah kept refreshing her banking app, hoping somehow the Airbnb payment would get reversed. Never got our money back. Never caught the guy either. Sometimes I wonder how many other families got tricked like us. How many condemned houses are sitting empty right now with fake Airbnb listings active? Makes you think twice about booking anything that seems too good to be true. I still check every property address on Google Street View now. Paranoid maybe, but I'm not getting fooled again. This happened to me and my girlfriend Zara last summer. I keep thinking about it, so maybe writing it down will help. We wanted to get away from Phoenix for a week. You know how it is. Work stress, social media, all that crap. Zara found this cabin near Flagstaff on Airbnb. The pictures looked nice. Remote place, no neighbors for miles. The host, some guy named Marcus, said there was barely any cell service and the Wi-Fi was spotty. Perfect for what we wanted. The drive up was normal. 3 hours through desert, then mountains. Zara kept complaining about her phone losing signal. Mine died around the same time. We laughed about it. Finally, no distractions. The cabin was exactly like the photos. Small, clean, had that wood smell. Marcus left us this welcome note with local restaurant recommendations and hiking trails. Nice touch, I thought. First day was great. We hiked, cooked dinner, played cards. Zara found an old radio that actually worked. Local country station came in clear. Second day, things got, I don't know. Weird doesn't cover it. Marcus showed up around noon, said he was checking the water heater. Seemed friendly enough, but he knew things. Like, he mentioned we were from Phoenix before we told him. Maybe he saw our license plate, right? Then he asked if we enjoyed the pasta we made last night. We ate inside with the curtains closed. Zara thought I was being paranoid. She's probably right. I watched too many true crime shows. But then Marcus kept coming by. Always had some excuse. Checking pipes, fixing the porch light, delivering firewood we didn't ask for. Each time, he'd make these comments. He knew Zara worked at the hospital downtown. He knew I drove a Honda Civic. He knew we were planning to visit Sedona next. How does he know this shit? I asked Zara. She just shrugged, said maybe we mentioned it and forgot. Fourth night, I couldn't sleep. Went to the kitchen for water. Saw a light moving outside, flashlight beam sweeping across the windows. I woke Zara up, but by the time she looked, it was gone. Next morning, Marcus showed up with coffee and donuts. Real friendly, too friendly. He started asking questions about our jobs, our families, where we lived exactly. Not casual conversation. He was fishing for information. That's when I noticed the camera. Tiny thing mounted inside the smoke detector above the dining table. I showed Zara. She went pale. We decided to leave early, started packing, but Marcus appeared before we could load the car. He wasn't smiling anymore. "You folks aren't going anywhere," he said. Had something in his jacket pocket. Looked heavy. Turns out Marcus thought we were cops or federal agents. Said people had been trying to find him for 2 years. The cabin wasn't even his real property. He'd been squatting there, using fake names for the AirBNB listing. He locked us in the basement. No cell service, remember? No neighbors. No one knew exactly where we were because the address he gave us was fake. We stayed down there for 6 hours. Marcus kept coming down, asking who sent us, what agency we worked for, getting more agitated each time. Finally, around midnight, we heard him leave. Engine starting, driving away. Zara managed to break the basement window. We ran to our car and drove straight to the police station in Flagstaff. Cops said they'd investigate, but when they went to the cabin, Marcus was gone. Place was cleaned out completely. We never heard anything more about it. Sometimes I wonder if Marcus is still out there, paranoid and dangerous. Still think about those 6 hours in that basement. Don't trust Airbnbs in the middle of nowhere. Just don't. I'm Torin. I'm 29, work in marketing, just doing my thing. Got sent to Austin, Texas for a month-long work gig. Found this Airbnb studio downtown, super cheap. Place had this weird vibe, smelled like burnt toast when I walked in. There was this old lamp in the corner that flickered every time I turned it on. Didn't think much of it, you know? Just whatever. Unpacked my stuff, hooked up to the Wi-Fi. Network name was odd. Shoes by Door. I chuckled, thought the host was just being funny. I had kicked my sneakers off by the entrance. Next day, though, it switched to phone downstairs. I froze. I'd left my phone on the kitchen counter last night. Coincidence, right? But I started looking around. The place was too still, like you could hear the fridge hum way too loud. A week in, I'm on a call with my coworker talking about a client pitch. Wi-Fi name changes to calls too early. My chest got tight. No way that's random. I started checking everywhere. Closets, behind the couch, nothing. But that lamp kept flickering, and I swear it wasn't the bulb. I started locking the bedroom door at night, which is stupid, I know. I'm not a kid. Then it got worse. Wi-Fi name turned to Stop Humming Tunes. I hum when I cook, okay? Always have. Nobody's here to know that. I tore the place apart, hands shaking. Found a tiny camera in the air vent by the stove. Another in the bathroom mirror frame. I felt sick, like totally exposed. I dropped my coffee mug trying to call the host, some dude named Carl. He was all, "Oh, weird, probably a tech issue." Bullshit. I said I was out of there. Packed my bag, but then I got a text from a random number. A video, me entering my email password. Another of me on the phone, talking about my sister's wedding. Message said, "Keep paying rent or this hits the internet." My head was spinning. I sat on the couch, that lamp flickering like crazy, thinking, how did I not see this? I checked my bank account. Someone tried logging in. My PayPal too. Carl was using the footage to steal my damn identity. I changed every password, fingers sweaty, heart racing. Wi-Fi name popped up. Passwords won't stop me. I nearly threw my laptop, called the cops, but they needed evidence. Showed them the cameras, but half the footage was wiped remotely by the time they looked. Carl was slick. I stayed one more night, too freaked to leave. What if he posted those videos? I taped over the cameras, kept my phone off. Every sound, the AC kicking on, the neighbor's kid bouncing a ball outside, made me jump. Next day, I grabbed my stuff and ran to a motel. Reported it to AirBNB, but Carl's profile? Gone. Like he was never real. I'm back in Denver now, checking my accounts non-stop. New cards, new passwords, but I still hesitate when I log in anywhere, like someone's watching. I don't do Airbnbs anymore. That lamp's flicker is stuck in my head. I never met Carl, never saw his face. But sometimes, when my Wi-Fi acts up, I check the network name, just to be sure.